Amazing. So, hey guys, we're here to talk about Kim, who's an amazing artist, and we're going to talk about how we are going to use her roots as a way to branch out, and you'll understand why. Firstly, we want to talk about who is Kim as an artist. She's a Malawian a singer-songwriter. Her main genres are Afropop and R&B. She is completely independent, mixing, mastering everything, and her current career stage is developing. We would describe her sound. She would describe it better than us, but here is a QR code to listen to her music and see it for yourselves. Now, who is Kim data-wise? Well, as we can see here, she has 1,300 monthly listeners. Half of her fan base is Malawian, so that's a big insight that we have to take into account. And this is her social following, and you'll see that for example, Facebook is a big platform for her, and the age range goes from 18 to 35. Thanks to Chartmetric for the data. And our goals with our project for her, it consists in 2 steps. The first one is consolidating her roots within the Malawian market, in which she has a lot of space for growth, and then branching out as well into the international market. When we were thinking and talking to her about the Malawian market, some of the main features we found was that Facebook was heavily used, which was a surprise to us because we're usually accustomed to another social media outlets. The heavy prevalence of traditional media, the vast young male population, and the difficulty she saw to migrating her physical fans into the digital following, which is sometimes usually a pain point that's like the way around. So as we can see here, With Love from Malawi is her most popular single. And this is one of the reasons why we think she should still focus on the Malawian sentiment. As recommendations based on this, we found out through audience that the demographic she is targeting has a great affinity with sports. So, for example, doing live performances on matches could get her a greater following. Also, to target the pain point of transforming physical to digital following, an interactive experience through the screens of the live events with a QR code to her page to pre-save her singles could be a good way to transform and generate traffic into her digital following.
Then, in terms of like try to find a way to bridge her out of Malawi, we compare her to an artist called Azana. She's from South Africa. She has a little bit of more following and more fans than her, but still she's emerging. It's important to point out that like for her, the most important social media outlets are TikTok and Instagram. So Facebook is not as big in South Africa as it is apparently in Malawi. So we so in order for her to branch out, maybe focusing more on this social media platform would be good. And the age range is similar to the one of Kim, so that's why we chose Azana to compare her with. And so Azana's audience, 80% is in South Africa. But if we talk about the other places, so we have a lot of audience. She has a lot of audience in Zimbabwe, Kenya, United States, and Bosnia, which is a good way to understand which other countries can branch out. So we have here a bunch of countries where she could actually focus her interest and her strategy towards to.
Yep, and on her TikTok strategy, so we compared the last 25 TikToks with Azana, Kim, and another artist called Simi, who's also popular in South Africa. And one thing that we noticed was that, for one, they had more of a diverse type of posts, so a mix of performances, behind the scenes skits, whereas Kim mostly focused on advertising. So something, or one of the strategies for Kim would be to diversify the type of post she makes and engage with her fans a bit more. And another recommendation we made was to have targeted ads. So like in the previous slideshow, a lot of Kim's views on YouTube actually come from South Africa. So looking at targeting ads, maybe especially on South African radio stations in particular areas where her songs are mostly listened to, would be another good strategy for her.
All right, I'm gonna have to cut you off there, guys. Time's up. Goes by quick, I know. All right, judges. You have time for some questions now.
Could we just show one last thing?
Sure, I will just show one last thing.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, you can go to the page. So we just just improve her website, and we just try to add. I don't know if the link is gonna work, but like we just try to add a live map where it could be nice to have for her to have on her website, so that her following, so the all of her fans could go to the website and see in which part of the world fans are listening to her music. So it's gonna be a way to attract people. So that's how it could look, and this is a way to just get people to just actually care and actually see their impact in the that they're making. So seeing okay, we're here, we're I don't know in Spain, in the UK. And it's so that's another idea.
Fantastic. Great. All right, judges, time for your questions. Leonard, go ahead.
Hi, great presentation. So most African countries, right, they use WhatsApp a lot. Like anybody with a smartphone uses WhatsApp. And I know for Malawi, it's one of the way artists distribute their music. So there's thousands of groups with hundreds of people. Have you guys thought about utilizing WhatsApp as another form of actually putting herself out there?
Yeah, I remember she had told us about WhatsApp as a way to I mean not as a way to distribute the music or anything, but that it was a heavily used platform. And I think we stuck with Facebook since maybe we were biased and we're more familiar to it being a social media in which you can promote your music. But we were aware, and thank you for pointing it out. We can add that to the strategy as well and ask her more about that.
Thank you. Janisha, go ahead.
Great presentation. I'm curious as to what your strategy is for introducing her to the international market.
Yes, so I can take that one. So to introduce you to the international market, first of all, we can have the targeted ads. So we can have Google Ads campaign where you can select which countries do we want to target to. So we can target South Africa because based on her YouTube streams, South Africa has a lot of following in South Africa on YouTube. And then also we can based on the other artists. So Asaka is Azana. We can see based on her following, they're also in other countries. We can also try to target those countries. And also we have the playlist in pitching. So try to have, instead of pitching to mostly country-based playlists, try to go for more genre-based so they can reach more people in other places.
Fantastic. One last question from the judges. Murali, go ahead.
Hey guys, great presentation. Just a quick question. If you got these 3 or 5 things you want to do in terms of your strategy, where would you want to focus your attention first to help her scale?
I think so. Kim's main focus was definitely solidifying her grassroots first. So probably starting in Malawi and spreading out to neighboring countries like South Africa, Botswana, and then once she has a solid following there, expanding.
Okay, thanks.
Amazing. And we're just about at time then. So thank you guys so much. That was excellent presentation. Really appreciate it. And you did a great job without Kim there. I know you had to do it without the artist. So thank you so much for that.
Thank you.